Captain Sanchez, right now it's pretty hot in the county. It's also very windy and dry. How does CAL FIRE prepare or respond to weather like this?
Our preparations start with monitoring the weather well before the event even starts. We've known about this event, this potential event, about a week ago, for about a week now, a little over a week, and we were able to kind of evaluate what we were going to do. And subsequently, what we decided is we were going to upstaff, additional fire engines. So normally engines that are not staffed have been staffed up this time for this week.
So, what is it about Santa Ana winds that makes CAL FIRE get on alert?
The fact that they add a component to the potential for a large destructive fire. And when we talk about the winds, it's not just the winds, it's the whole red flag condition itself. And what that means is we've got winds, we've got low humidities, and we've got warm temperatures. And when you add those three things to the fact that the fuel is already dead and stressed and dry, essentially because of the lack of rain that we haven't had for quite a while now, it just kind of is the last piece that should a spark be introduced into the environment, we could certainly have a potential for a large destructive fire.
If a fire is ignited, how does Santa Ana winds impede with the efforts to extinguish that fire?
Essentially what it does is it causes it to spread even quicker than it normally would under these conditions. You're talking about a blowtorch condition. Fire can spread incredibly quick on its own, but when you add the hot, dry wind to the incident, it causes it to explode essentially.
And I know you've been with the department for a long time. Can you tell me in recent history a time when that happened?
Absolutely. I mean, here in San Diego, we've got a pretty significant fire history here, and of course, we don't have to look very far back. All we have to do is look back towards the West Fire in Alpine earlier this year, the Lilac Fire in December of last year, and those are two just the most recent fires that San Diego has been impacted by. But we can all go back to 2003 and 2007, which were essentially the start of this trend of essentially mega fires that we've seen since then across the state.
And unfortunately, many of these wildfires are started by people, even if unintentionally. What can we do to make sure that we're not part of the problem?
It's funny, you use the word many, but a more appropriate word would be a vast majority. I mean, we're talking upwards over of 90% of vegetation fires are caused by human activity. And it can be anything as simple as a car accident that starts a fire that's considered a human activity. But what people can do is they can recognize that they have an impact on the environment. They have an impact on the area around them, and to practice caution when out and about, when doing your defensible space clearance or your yard work or something, or even just driving. Be aware of what you're doing. Be aware that your actions could potentially lead to a fire. And I think if we operate with that mentality and we recognize our impact, we can certainly reduce the number of fires that we're responding to every year.
Captain Sanchez, CAL FIRE San Diego, thank you so much.
Thank you.